When this troubled grandma with a meth habit faced Judge Boyd, her fate hung in the balance. See the judge's surprising decision. Guess what would happen if your grandchild or somebody else were to get a hold of your meth? Then you're on the news crying. Court is calling 2023 CR 7277 State versus Christina Alamon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Terry.
Defense?
Agent Bettis, Your Honor.
And are you Christina Alamon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Sorry, we are, Your Honor.
Did you review court admonishments and defendants waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams? The state is proceeding on the repeat offender allegation. If that is proven to be true, then your range of punishment will be anywhere from 5 to 99 years in life. 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Alamon, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, you'd agree that you've been previously convicted of one or more felonies for purposes of enhancement. Punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State recommends community supervision, and there is to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? And to the enhancement, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
All right, state, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all its attachments. No objections, Your Honor.
All right, and then with regards to the other case, possession of fraudulent identifying information, it's listed on the docket sheet as 2024 CR 012528.
I'll check into that, Judge.
Thank you. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your plea of true and based upon state's exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. As part of sentencing, we're gonna resolve, we're gonna ask that the other case be TIC'd.
Judge, as long as the defendant admits guilt in it, we will take it into consideration.
All right. Then to cause number, let's see if I can find it, and cause number 2024 CR 012528, Ms. Alaman, to the allegations of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information. How do you plead to that, guilty or not guilty? All right, and state you're requesting that that be taken in consideration?
Yes, Your Honor, we're filling out the dismissal as you speak.
All right, and the court will take into consideration then 2024 CR 012528. And the court is going to order restitution, if any, under that cause number. All right, the court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. Taking consideration 2024 CR 012528. There's to be restitution, if any, to the complainants in 2024 CR 012528. There's to be no contact with the following persons: regular random UAs. There's going to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days upon release, 200 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so have you obtained your GED or anything of that nature?
We're going in county.
All right, so I'll deduct 100 hours of community service once she obtains her GED, and another 100 hours if she completes some higher level of education or if she enrolls in a trade school and successfully completes that. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. There's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing, a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Probation, is there anything else? Oh, restitution for the drug testing to SAPD. All right, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
Just curious about the no contact with minors provision, since this was a drug case.
Obviously she has a drug issue, and the people she's hanging around with, there was a lot of drugs. And here's the thing, if you're in a vehicle and if you're not worried about who you're around, but it appears that you're part of the problem as well with drugs in the vehicle, guess what would happen if your grandchild or somebody else were to get a hold of your meth? Then you're on the news crying. You understand? So you're not in any condition to be around minors. You understand? All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Oh, you don't need to put anybody else up here. All right. Good luck to you. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come to court.